when a man judges you based on how you look, or when a man says things that are very offensive, sexually offensive to you?
I mean,
how would you feel? How would you approach him?
I mean, obviously you would feel horrible. I mean, men shouldn't. I think there's this misconception that women always have to look perfect. They always get judged on news briefings on what they were wearing, whereas men don't. It's in culture, everything is about how a woman looks, and men don't have that same kind of criticism. I would just say, you know, if you want to give me a compliment, compliment my brain. So screw off. Yeah, you need a more like I don't know a great succinct way to say it, but yeah, it definitely has a lot of effects on women's psyche, for sure.
Thank you. That's good. Angelica?
I don't know if I understand your question right, but I think there are two sides of this aspect, because of course we women don't want to be judged by by how we look, if we are beautiful or not, but on the other hand, women in general likes to be complimented by men. Woman likes to feel beautiful, likes to look good, and they like to be. They like to have a man who just see that she is very beautiful, that she's sexy, as far as she's smart and intelligent. So I think there are two sides of this aspect.
Oh, wow, that's kind of okay.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think that's definitely a good point too. Like we can appreciate like I love being called beautiful or being complimented. I think when you're only doing that though and not anything else, or singularing that out, then that can be problematic, or like making sexual remarks in that aspect. Yeah, you need to have like a happy medium.
Okay. Maureen, you want to say something? Maureen? You sleeping already? Okay, so Catherine, you want to say something on that? Okay, Catherine, you want to say something?
I want to hear Catherine. I'll talk at the end.
Okay. On that, it's a very broad issue, because women generally will listen and about their physical or sexual look and everything like that, but in every aspect, I would say it's a very broad issue. I cannot really. If I start right now, honestly, I might probably not even say it finish right now. So let me just say, everyone deserves to be appreciated.
Everyone deserves what?
And not, to be appreciated. Okay. No matter how you look, like just be appreciated. Like people should appreciate you no matter how you look. Though that's like in some aspect now is different, because not everybody would definitely appreciate how you look, due to the fact that everybody has a different opinion, or should I say like to see their things or welcome things, their preference. They have different preference of things. So, but in all, I would say we all deserve to be appreciated, no matter how you look.
Okay. Thank you. Shai?
So to me, actually, the other day I saw a video of a girl. She didn't look that old, but she looked pretty young. And she said something that I can really relate to. And it starts by, I can definitely point right now these times while quarantine. Think about quarantine. People have multiple time, like people have so much free time. And it starts by men scrolling in their Instagram pages or Facebook, seeing those supermodels, or female that fixing their bodies by, I don't know if it's plastic surgery or 24/7 being at a gym, and they're getting in their mind automatically a picture of how a perfect girl or a perfect woman should look, how she should look like, how her body should look, how the face should look, the hair, everything, the color of her skin, the eyes. And that's the main problem, that social media is showing some things that in real life they're not realistic. It's not something that you can say, okay, that's true, this is how perfect women should be and how she should look like. And that's not the truth. I see a lot of young men, and I think it's a lot about experience and maturity to have the knowledge and to have the option to look to to look at a woman and say, okay, she's beautiful, but what's in here? Definitely, like as Maddie said, like compliment my brain. And that's amazing. That's the first time I heard that, and I'm going to use that. And a lot of men don't really pay attention about what's in the woman's mind, how smart she is, or what she can teach them. I think society and social media and everybody are trying to give us the perfect type of how we should look and how we should be, and that's causing a lot of problem, and starting with young females that very insecure about their bodies. And it starts from young men or old men that showing women in one aspect that's how it should look like. And it's so much more beyond that. And that I don't think it's like they said, it's always good to get like a compliment from a man, and you can hear you're beautiful, you're beautiful, you're beautiful over and over again, and you appreciate that, of course. But I think these days, like to me as a woman, it's more important to me the intellectual connection before it comes to the outside, like before it comes to how the person looks like. And that's a major problem. I saw this video of this man that he started from nothing and become something amazing, about how men keep scrolling and doing those things and picturing their perfect someone instead of really doing some other thing, instead of invest or search or learn or study or do other things to expect their mind or how they should look about things. And these days with all those application apps and things that going on, like mainly in quarantine right now, that people really don't have nothing to do. That's the first thing. And with that, I see a lot of brands and a lot of people empowering plus size and other type of women, and there's no one type. And I see that a lot of men are opening to different things as well, because society is with how much it's horrible and what they make you think that's right. With it, it brings you the other half and the other side of the picture for you to see that there is something different. That in a couple of years back, like in Israel, for example, a lot of men love skinny girls, and that's a fact. Like this is how I see it. That's where I come from, how I grew up too. And I remember myself wanted to be skinny all the time, because I always used to be like chubby or a little bit with extra meat, and I love it this today. Like back then I didn't love it because of that. But there's a lot to say about that, a lot more, and it's never ending. But I think that people should, I think it depends about maturity and age as well. You need to grow and to see, to look at people and situation in a different place and like a different perspective. But it's kind of bad what's going on.
Thank you. I think you said a lot, which is good. Inviting men.
Can I say something?
Yeah, but Annette, I want to say something.
Okay.
Netta, you want to say something?
I could say that when I will be going to get married to someone, I have to know that my future husband respect my my brain, that I am smart, that I can give him good advice in life, and that I have empathy for him, and because it's nice that he says you that you are pretty, you're beautiful, but what when we get old, and people are not always beautiful young, but this friendship and this this connection of minds, this is what stays forever, and I think that is important.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Angelica, you want to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to just say something according to Shai, what Shai said, that it's terrible that now social media and Instagram especially is like a soft porno for some of the guys, and I just can't imagine my boyfriend is just watching all of these girls' pictures and their bodies and ideal bodies, plastic surgery, faces, etc. And I know I have friends and colleagues, girl colleagues that have boyfriends, and I know their boyfriends do that, and I don't know how they can accept that, because I think this is so disrespectful for a woman, that your man is looking for other girls' bodies, and he is just enjoying these pictures. This is so disrespectful, and I can't accept that. I don't know how some of the girls can. But I think social media did this to us, and this is terrible.
Yeah, good. So thank you for the input. I really love it. But now I want to turn that same question upside down, the other side of it. What would you say to ladies out there? I know we both can agree that the sexual abuse of men by women, it's very, 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 very little. It's not a lot. We don't have much cases like that. But we cannot also deny the fact that there are men being abused sexually by women. So what would you, you don't believe that? So what would you guys say to those ladies and to those men? Because you see, the idea here of this is just to create an awareness, to help people understand, to think for themselves, So what do you guys say to them? To the man or to the woman? Katrin, you want to say something first?
Well, I really don't believe that women sexually abuse men, because I don't know where the abuse will come from. So I don't really believe that, but it's quite possible, but I don't really believe it. Okay, so for such women that do that, I think it's just, I could say probably they're just out of their mind. Same with men that does that kind of a thing, abusing women, I think they're out of their mind, because a normal person, like somebody that is normal, psychologically, mentally, would not think of abusing a woman or a man.
You're right, but I'm talking of sexual abuse. Like Shai was giving the example of, because I know that there are also men who are like trying to fit in the category of a perfect man. It happens a lot. Like somebody was asking, I give myself for example, somebody was asking me, why did you start gymming? I'm like, in the past, I always loved myself the way I looked. I came to my house here, we have a gym at home. I was excited seeing a gym for the first time. I began going to the gym, and every time I would like trying something out, and I got used to it out of fun, out of curiosity. But I know that there are also boys, when by day I walk on the street, you get a guy ask me, did you take something? So in their head, it's also placed for them. It also affects them. And then they also, because now, while they're also trying to fit into the categories that women also have towards men. So that's what I'm talking about. How do you think, what do you say to men or women?
What I would say right now is, even if you're married, even along the line when you start having children, your husband might start losing interest in you, thinking you're too fat, you're becoming more chubby, you're not looking as pretty and slim as he used to see you. So I think this is where love actually has to play a very important factor. Because no matter if there's love, no matter how your partner is looking or getting or appearing in the process of your marital journey, you will still appreciate them for how they look, because there's love. Most of these days, most men just get married due to the fact that, oh, I like the way she moves, I like the way she looks. No longer, I like her as she is. It's a matter of, I like her for one thing or the other. So marriage these days, or relationship these days, are based on attraction.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I believe attraction comes alone. But when you love someone, attraction comes with love.
Yeah.
So no matter how your feeling matter, because your relationship started on love, and then the love brought attraction. Attraction comes alone. You only see the person for the physical looks. You only appreciate the person for how he or she looks. Like she said, some are going through surgery, 24 hours in the gym. Whichever way your partner came about a physical look or structure, if you appreciate her or him for how he looks, due to the fact that you love this person, then it doesn't matter. Even if you see other ladies looking dope, flat tummy, your woman is not having big tummy, you will still appreciate her, because it's no longer the basis of, I like how she moves. It's now a matter of, I like who she is. I like her for her. Not I like her for her this, or I like her for her that. It's a matter of, I like her for her as a person, who she is, what she stands for, what she represents. So I think love actually plays another factor in this, no matter how. And on the issue of sexual abuse, like I said before, a normal person will not sexually abuse another person if you are normal.
Okay.
Like now, in some partners, I believe that once a man or a woman sexualize, abuse each other, they are meant to go to a psychiatric home or rehabilitation center, whereby they need to, or a mental institution whereby they need to check their brain if they're in normal condition, or some kind of bolt in their brain is loose. So I think that's where I would just say love actually plays another factor in this kind of discussion or aspect.
Thank you. So she's saying that love is like, with love, and authentic or true love doesn't judge a person based on how she appears. Rather, it's loves the person, and you approach the person based on who that person is. That she's beautiful. She's my girl. I love her. I think I don't know if I got it clearly. That's what I feel. My question, I just want to remind you that, what do you say to a girl that is abused, that might sexually abuse a guy, or a girl that looks at another man that is not a boyfriend or husband?
Sexually abuses their husband.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of a deep issue. That probably wouldn't come up in a casual conversation, but I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss with that one.
Okay.
I don't think that's common.
Okay. You don't think it's common? Okay. Cool. So that means you agree to what Catherine was saying, that she doesn't believe it. So Shai, you want to say something on that?
Yeah, I want to say something first about that we talked about women being socialized and like by men or social media. That happens to men too. When you scroll in and see all those perfect men with abs and sexy and muscular and tan or whatever, men thinks that they need to be that for a girl to like them. were we looking at that and be like, okay, that's how I want my man to look. I mean, he doesn't look like that, I would want him, you know? So they definitely experience the same experience as us. I think it's more common on women, and you see it more because women can do little like surgeries and major look like, you know, they're doing that more. About abusing men, I mean, I think women get abused like by words every single day. There are some women that are getting abused like physically as well every single day. And it's kind of weird to see a girl approaching in the middle of the street to a man just like that. It seems like more okay for a man to approach a woman by whistling to her or approaching her with some, you know, unnecessary words in the middle of the street, for example, just for example. It happens, and it happens to men too. It happens to men too. There are some aggressive women sometimes, and you don't have to be that aggressive to approach a man just like that in that kind of way. And what you said, what you think about women that look for other men while being in a relationship? That's what you were asking?
No, but based on, you kind of answered the question already, but it's based on how the woman comparing the husband or the boyfriend to another man she finds on Instagram.
Yo, that's a major problem. That's a major problem. That's a big major problem. I mean, there's one thing between I look how I look right now, and I want to change that because I want to be healthier, or I want to be like, you know, I want to get better with myself. Between I want to do it for others to look, you know, I want to look better for other people, and that's hard. That's hard. That's hard to be in a. I'm not in a relationship, but I can imagine like couples in a relationship, the men scrolling to see all those hot girls all day, and the women scrolling, seeing hot men all day, and she'd be looking at the couch and she sees that's not the main that she's scrolling at earlier. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we're choosing to be with someone that we love. And at the end of the day, what we see on social media, those things are not real. We see those fine women with millions of followers. It's not something that we can get to, like physically. It's not something that we can take, you know?
I like that.
Yeah, we already have what we have, and we need to be happy about that. And to be honest, the moment I'll be in a relationship, I know I'm going to focus less on social media and more about myself and my relationship, because that's kind of like making it even like it's very shallow to me, like being scrolling all day in social media while you with someone that doesn't look like it. Like you with that person because you love that person because what he got here, how it treats you, your friendship or whatever. At the end of the day, those things are not, it seems to be perfect on social media, but it's not perfect as it seems. And you might find your perfect one, and you don't want to ruin that, you know? And I see it as something that very, like, that's meaningless to me at the end of the day.
Thank you. Angelica, anything? Before I go to the last question, and that's nothing? Okay. So you don't think that there are men being abused by women, or?
I disagree with girls, and
okay.
I haven't met with abusing men by women, so I can't. I think I can't say anything.
I like that. Okay. So just any last words regarding female education? I just want to say something brief, like reminding like your words to girls out there in Africa, in Europe, in America, to families out there, something like it has to do with education. Why they should all benefit from education, the importance, the beauty. You guys kind of said a lot about it, but I want this like a stamp on what you've said. Just last word before we call this meeting to a close. Maddie,
just to do a quick little summary. I think all I have to say is you're only, whatever you believe in, for the most part, you're only given one life. I think that it's important to just do what you want with it. And if there are things, you have ambitions, you have drives, you have passions, to go for them. Try to fulfill whatever your goals are, and just believe in yourself, believe in who you are, what you want to do, and that'll guide you from there.
Thank you. Catherine? Unmute. Okay.
I would say generally that based on education, women should be given more opportunity and they should know what they want. Like women should actually know exactly what they want, even men too, because this equality of a thing is not just for women, it's also for men as well. But I think it's much more prominent with the
There?
educated. I think this is doing what's best for them.
Okay. Thank you. Angelica?
You asked about education, right?
Yeah. Your last word.
I think education is so important for women, especially psychological education. I think that in teenage age, in schools, there should be education for women to show them how to develop yourself, how to see your true self-confidence. I think such education is so important because normal education too, but now I think a lot of young girls doesn't see value in herself. They don't know if they are worthy enough for men, for job, for chasing their dreams. And I think this is so important to give them support in this age when they are growing up and they are and so much stimulants from the society is stimulates their way of thinking, so they are getting lost in this world, and this is important to give them this psychological education, self-development basis to help them become who they want to be, and help them find their true way of being. And yeah, this is what I wanted to say.
Thank you. Shayu?
I'll just say that I agree with Madison. She said that in like perfect way. I believe that if you're passionate about something and you really want to, first of all, I believe that knowledge is power. Period. Like knowledge is power. As more as you know, as power as you get, as powerful as you get, because it's just like that, like to my opinion. And I believe that if you're passionate about something and there's something that you really want to do, so go educate yourself. At the end of the day, there's a lot of people that can't afford education, they cannot do it, but I believe that there's a lot of other options and opportunities that if you really want it, you can do it. Even on the internet, you can literally learn everything on internet. But I believe that education is something that it's very important. I'm not talking only about education to go to university or college, between the books. It starts from a very young age with morals, and it starts there. So I believe that everything, it starts and ends in education. And as you said, we only live one life, and we definitely need to do the best out of it and chase our dreams and do whatever we really willing to do and want.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you for everything. Thank you for your time. Aneta is coming in. Let me. Aneta? Yes. Aneta?
Yes, I'm here.
So
I have problems with internet.
yeah, it's okay. So any last words? You have something to say, your last word or words? So many things to say.
But can you repeat the question
Like,
before?
okay, we're talking about female education. How important do you think is education in the life of a woman or a girl?
I can say for me, education is one of the most important things, and it was always my dream to study and someday to teach other people. I remember I always liked to teach maths my younger colleagues or something, or help to write essays. And I think that education and sharing things you learn is very important, and especially for women, because as girls said, we are living in the world where social media is creating this image of woman that she has to be pretty, and we have to show that we are intelligent and smart.
I like that. Yeah, cool. So I just want to say thank you so much. And you guys might think this is just for the 6 of us or 7 of us, but trust me, it's gonna touch lives, it's gonna empower people. And if people listen attentively to what you guys have said, because I did, and it's for me, I learned a lot. I believe that people out there, they're gonna learn a lot. And if only they take it seriously. And I think we men, we have that personal responsibility to make things right. Same as you, the ladies, you also have the personal responsibilities to make things right. And things can never be right if there is no communication. So communication is the middle of everything. It's an authentic and truthful and honest conversation. I don't think we're gonna be in the mess we are right now in the world. So I hope that things are gonna be better. Maybe not in our lifetime, maybe for our children's children, but at least in whatever way we can start to make people's life better. Let us start. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate all the inputs. It's been very educative, and thank you. And I love you guys so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay safe.
Guys, nice to meet you.
It was
You're
nice to meet you, girls.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Stay safe, everyone.
Okay.
You too. Thank you so much, everyone.